Got to talk to Shane Steichen a little bit today, listen to him, and of course the first 7 or 12 questions were about Isaiah McKenzie and Tony Brown being suspended. If you can glean any information from Shane Steichen based upon his answers about those suspensions, you're a better person, a better listener than I am. I don't think we got a lot out of him. And kept coming back to it periodically, but still not a lot forthcoming. Talking about football and talking about the challenge against the Falcons and what this team's going to try to do in Atlanta. Got some information about that. No information about injuries. We'll get the injury list later this afternoon. Steichen deferred to the injury list. We'll see about Jonathan Taylor, Braden Smith, Zach Moss, etc., etc. Michael Pittman Jr., obviously, as well.
I'll start off. As you guys have seen, we've suspended Isaiah McKenzie and Tony Brown. I know you guys are going to have questions regarding specifics, but it's a matter that we're handling internally, and I got nothing to add on that, and we're getting ready for Atlanta.
Can you address just the difficulty of having to make a decision like that? Not a fun part of the job.
Yeah, no, I think there's standards around here, and we got to hold people accountable. That's it.
Or did you know about what they did before Saturday's game?
Like I said, I'm not going to get into details on it.
Shane, I think that's 7 suspensions since June. Does that bother you?
Yeah, I think everything's case by case. You know, there's certain things that happen on football teams. But again, there's going to be a standard set around here, and people are going to be held accountable.
As you told the line, that not trying to make it a distraction, but also having confronted it, how do you address it with your team, you know, given that?
Just basically what I said there. There's going to be a standard, and people are going to be held accountable.
Shane, this is more of a hypothetical. Obviously, I'm asking about this, but do you have, with the union and all that, do you have the power to release people right now for these sorts of things, or do you not have that power?
Yeah, like I said, everything about that, we'll handle that internally. I won't get into details on that. Thank you.
If you don't make the playoffs, will they be available?
Like I said, I got nothing to add on it.
We're not listening very well, are we?
What's the latest on JT?
He's progressing well. I'll refer to the injury report on that.
When he is, whether it's today, next week, whenever, how much will you have to evaluate him just because, you know, that hand?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. Yeah, we'll evaluate it, obviously, throughout the week, see where it goes.
Has Pitt progressed through any of the steps of the protocol?
He's doing well, and I'll refer to the injury report with him as well, but he's doing good.
Shane,
You just was asked, same with Zach Moss.
Yes, same with Zach, yeah, those 3, yeah.
Shane, your team's in a great position right now to possibly make the playoffs. What is the message you're sending to these guys with these 3 games left to go?
Be consistent. Be consistent. Take every day. You know, it's one day at a time. Do your job. Do your job at a high level. Prepare the right way. Again, like I said last week, control we can control, right? And our focus on the Atlanta Falcons, and that's it.
What is your takeaway from watching the Falcons defense?
They're good. They got a good scheme defensively. Shoot the back end, 24. The corner's really good, Terrell, and then Bates, safety, and then obviously Calais Campbell's been doing it for a long time. And they got Bud Dupree over there, he's a good player as well. So they've been doing a good job on defense, and offensively they got a lot of firepower. The back's a really good player, a rookie, you know, Pitts and London, both weapons on the outside that we got to have a plan for. It'll be a heck of a challenge going down there, obviously Christmas Eve, but we're excited for the challenge.
Shane, you've known Gardner for a little bit. What have you come to appreciate about how he's handled being the starting quarterback in a playoff race?
I think just his presence, being here, veteran presence, obviously played, you know, a good amount of years in this league. I say it all the time, I don't want to be like beat a dead horse, but the preparation that he puts in is phenomenal. The way he carries himself around his teammates, on the practice field, in the locker room, and then obviously on game day. You know, playing with a lot of confidence, which is awesome. You know, you want that in a quarterback. And like I said, every time he steps on that field, that's what you want in a quarterback. You want that confidence, and you want that quarterback that's going to give us a chance to win every time we step out there.
Shane, the trickle down from Richardson's injury, obviously, Elder gets a lot more reps or something. Well, what has been your evaluation of what you've seen from him?
He's done a nice job. Obviously, you know, even when you're the backup, you don't get a lot of reps with the first team unit, but you get a lot of those scout team reps, and he's been progressing. He's making plays out there. Obviously, doing a great job in the meeting room, but really like where Sam's at.
Shane, anything more with like rep-wise for Matt Gay this week, or anything different you do with this recent?
No, he should be good.
With Gardner, he does seem to have this ability to like put a bad play behind him.
Yeah.
Is it pretty rare, like his ability to do that specifically?
Yeah, I think that's special at the quarterback position. You got to have that mindset next play, no matter what happens. I mean, because you're going to go out there, you got to pull the trigger in clutch situations. Obviously, third down, standing in the pocket, delivering throws with guys, barreling down on you in the pocket. But yeah, I think that mindset of that next play, no matter what happens, good or bad, moving on to the next play, he's got that.
Had he established that already with you coming in to this year? Had you known?
Yeah, no, I
about
saw
him?
it obviously when I was with him. The 2 years in Philly, saw the way he worked, the way he went about his business, his preparation. So it's no surprise to me.
How does that study the rest of the team when you have a situation like DJ dropping the touchdown and then going right back to him the next drive?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. You can see, we have a ton of confidence in those guys. And not everything's gonna be perfect. I ain't gonna make the perfect calls. Players are gonna have mistakes, but you keep going through those things, and obviously you come back to them, and it's a big in cut right there in the 2-minute drive, and then you get a touchdown to them. It was awesome to see, obviously coming back, from that drop, the guys around him, and he had a heck of a game for us.
You've always been a guy that building a roster, whatever input you've had prior to this year, the importance of a backup quarterback. Some teams have more importance, but this year across the league.
Yeah, no, it's huge. I think that is a very, very important position, having that backup guy, because you never know, right? It's one play away. Obviously, you don't want your quarterback to go down for the whole year. But you look around the league, it's happened to a lot of teams. And I think if you got that guy that can step in and give you a chance to win games, it immensely helps your outcome come Sundays. And that's what Gardner's done for us, and he's been tremendous for us.
And ideally for you guys, you had history with your backup. That's maybe the ideal situation to bring in a guy that you know and have confidence in.
I think so. That's part of it. Obviously, if you don't know the guy, obviously doing your research, and vetting that guy and what he was like in other buildings and the way he works. Obviously, you got to watch the film. Ultimately, it's what do they do on the field too, but also the person that they are. The quarterback position, as we know, is the most important position in sports. So you got to make sure you got the right guy there.
I'm sure it's safe to say that before the Pittsburgh game, you already had trust in guys like Sermon, Goodson, and Montgomery. But how does that trust get strengthened, seeing them be able to step in for guys like Pitt and Moss and moving forward, especially because you're not sure if they're going to be able to play this week?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think those guys that are in that role, again, it goes back. They don't get a ton of reps during practice, but to know how to do it when they go in the game and being prepared. Is a credit to those guys. Goodson's been doing a heck of a job for us all year on scout team. We saw the explosiveness. Obviously got him up for game day. Had some things in for him. He made some big plays. Same with Trey. The way he hit it, the way he ran. Obviously, it starts with the offensive line blocking for him. Those guys stepped up, and that's what this league is. You got to step up and make plays when your number's called. Because sometimes you get the limited amount, limited opportunities, and you got to go make the most of them. And that's what all three of those guys did on Saturday.
Shane, what did you think of Mike Mitchell's comments on the Pittsburgh suspension?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the tweets that he made. So yeah.
I caught up with Anthony Richardson yesterday. He was telling us how he's doing. Everything he said was about next season. Is he out for the season? Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. A lot.
Yeah, no, he's doing well though. He's progressing really well. He's in good spirits. Obviously, going through his rehab process and the meetings, learning. So obviously excited for him, for the spring.
Shane, your team is the last 6 weeks outside of Cincinnati has played at a high level. What have you learned about the guys that are playing right now? Doing this, great.
I think that they're not flinching. We've had some games where we got down. Pittsburgh, you're down 13-0. I mean, what are you going to do? We got a lot of football to play. The Rams game, I go back, just hit me right now. The Rams game, you're down 23-0. What are you going to do about it? Guys step up, make plays, and it can turn like that. Obviously, you'd like to start fast, but when you get in those situations, don't flinch and just keep rolling. And that's what these guys have been doing. They've been resilient, and we got to keep doing that. We got some big-time football games ahead of us. But it starts on Sunday with Atlanta.
Shane, how important has Quentin been to what you guys have done on the offensive line this season?
He's been great. Obviously, a tremendous leader for us, a veteran presence, tough, physical. Him and Ryan both, those guys. When you got those veteran leaders up front, I think there's kind of the catalyst for that room, along obviously with Tony, the line coach. But he's been tremendous for us. He's been playing at a high level. He's been doing it for a long time. Just very thankful and grateful to have him on his team.
His movement, does that allow you guys to do some things that you couldn't with another guard?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it's with any player, right? Guard, receiver, whatever. There's certain things that some guys can do, some guys that can't do it. But he can do a lot of different things. Obviously, we got him out on space on the big run to Goody, and shoot, it's just awesome to have.
Does he? I think he likes that role, doesn't he? Like the pulling role. Does he embrace that?
Yeah, he's a big man pulling around. I wouldn't want to get in front of him. I'll tell you that.
Maybe with Isaiah and Tony, was this an isolated or a repeated thing with them?
Like I said, I'm not gonna.
That's Shane Steichen. See what I mean? Like, you're not getting anything out of him. He doesn't want to talk about something. He's not going to talk about something. And that's credit to him. We don't get angry about that kind of stuff. Sure, we would love to know what Isaiah McKenzie and Tony Brown did in order to earn the 3-game rip. But you know what? We're not going to get there with Shane. And so we didn't. And that's the way it goes. As far as the injuries, again, he defers to the injury list, so when that comes out, we'll find out who is up, who is down, as the Colts went through their walkthrough today.